A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company uses a browser-based app named Sales Hub. You need to ensure that users can access data from mobile devices. Which app should users install? A. Dynamics 365 Remote Assist. B. Dynamics 365 Finance. C. Dynamics 365 Business Central. D. Dynamics 365 for phones. The answer is D. Dynamics 365 for phones. Use the Dynamics 365 for phones and Dynamics 365 for tablets apps for your sales, customer service, field service, and other tasks when you're on the go. With one download from your App Store, you will automatically have access to all the apps you need for your role. You will see apps with the new unified interface on your mobile device. You are a customer service manager. You need to implement a Power Apps portal that allows customers to submit cases. Which type of data source is used? A. Dynamics 365 Connector. B. Microsoft SharePoint. C. Microsoft Azure Storage. D. Common Data Service. The correct option looks to be B. Microsoft SharePoint. SharePoint can be set up to set up customer feedback. Note: the Power App uses Finance and Operations Connector to grab sales order information and SharePoint Connector to connect and write the data to SharePoint list. A distribution company has multiple warehouses. Tax rates charged on sales orders need to be calculated based on locality and region. You need to recommend a cost-effective solution that can be implemented quickly. What should you recommend? A. Check app source for a tax add-on. B. Create alerts in Dynamics 365 Finance for tax table changes. C. Implement the common data model. D. Run a Power BI report. E. Write scripts and code tax updates. Yes, exactly. You need to create alerts in D365 Finance module. The answer is B. Create alerts in Dynamics 365 Finance for tax table changes. You create a user-owned custom entity by using Common Data Service. You can change the entity ownership from user to organization owned. Option A: yes, it is possible, and option B is no, it is not. B. Option B is the right answer. The ownership cannot be transferred from user to organization owned.
A toy company creates a text classification model in AI Builder to monitor customer feedback for specific keywords. When negative feedback is received for a toy, the company wants to proactively perform engineering reviews for the toy and schedule additional training sessions for workers who produce the toy. What are two possible ways to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A. Create a Canvas app. B. Implement the virtual agent. C. Build a Power Automate flow. D. Use the common data model. The correct choices are A and C. A. Create a Canvas app and C. Build a Power Automate flow. A company is evaluating ways that they can implement AI Builder. For which two scenarios can you use AI Builder? Each correct selection presents a complete solution. A. Send emails to all users who subscribe to a service. B. Synchronize data from an external database. C. Collect data from several data sources and display a dashboard that shows trending data. D. Interpret images and perform an action on the image. A. Detect patterns in data and predict outcomes. The correct choices are B and D. B. Synchronize data from an external database. And D. Interpret images and perform an action on the image.
A company plans to use AI Builder to help improve business performance. You need to determine which AI models are available for use. Which 3 types of models can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A. Linear regression, B. Prediction, C. Object detection, D. Anomaly detection, E. Text classification.
The correct choices are B. Prediction, C. Object detection, and D. Text classification.
A company uses Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. The company does not have any developers on its staff. You need to explain to the executives the benefits of using Power Platform apps. What are the 2 benefits? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A. Users can send emails from Dynamics 365 sales to their personal email addresses. B. Users can create Power Apps to create apps for different departments. C. Users can use Power Automate to share information between Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. D. The company can unify all the mobile devices to one vendor. The benefits of using Power Platform apps are: B. Users can create Power Apps to create apps for different departments. C. Users can use Power Automate to share information between Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. A company uses Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management and Dynamics 365 Finance. User account data must be synchronized between the 2 systems. You need to ensure that the synchronized data is stored in one place. What should you use? A. Azure IoT Central, B. Azure Active Directory, C. SQL Server, D. Dataverse, Common Data Service. The answer is D. Dataverse, earlier known as Common Data Service. What is the benefit of deploying Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 apps in the same tenant? A. Use Dataverse/Common Data Services to connect to application data. B. You only need to set up groups in Microsoft 365 for permissions to all data. C. Users can access both Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 by using single sign-on (SSO). The benefit of deploying Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 apps in the same tenant is: A. Use Dataverse/Common Data Services to connect to application data.